Okay, today we are going to make a screencast on activity 5.4, which is calculating the properties of solids. So yesterday we learned about the different geometric shapes and techniques. So if you haven't already, pull up activity 5.4, and then also I grabbed the scientific calculator, and we're going to be using the PLTW engineering formula sheet as we go along here. So let's scroll down, and it says you will learn how to hand calculate volume, weight, and surface area of common solids. You will then apply your knowledge by calculating these properties for each of your puzzle piece solutions. We're not going to do the puzzle piece solutions with this, but we are going to do the problems. For each item, show your work, specify units, record your answer with a degree of precision appropriated for the problem context. All right, so in these questions, each answer is going to build off of the previous answer, so it's important to get it right the first time. It says a cast iron cylinder serves as a counterbalance that's used in window manufacturers' window design. Cylinder has a height of 5.25 inches and a diameter of 1.75 inches, and then the density is 0.259 pounds per cubic inch. All right, so that's the information that we need. So first thing we come to is what is the volume of the cylinder? So I'm going to go to my formula sheet, plane geometry, and I'm going to find the cylinder volume, which is right here. And as you can see, the volume formula is pi r squared times h. So I'm going to type in formula, and for pi, I'm going to have alt 227 and r squared h. I always want to write the formula so I understand what I'm solving for. Then the next step is I'm going to substitute my known values. So in this case, pi stays the same, so I'm going to do alt 227. R, now we have a diameter here, 1.75 inches, but we only want a radius. So diameter and radius, I just do 1.75 divided by 2. And then I need to multiply by my height, which is 5.25 inches. So once I get my calculations done, then I'm ready to solve and move on to the calculator. So I'm going to hit solve, and then I'm going to go to my scientific calculator. Okay, I'm going to use 3.14 for pi times, and then I'm going to put 1.75 divided by 2 in parentheses. And to get the exponent tool, find the number 6, hold the shift key, and press it, and you get an exponent. So then I hit exponent 2 for squared times 5.25 inches, because that's my height. And I hit the enter button, and I get this number of 12.621 whatever. It asks for a precision here of 0.00. So I'm just going to round it to 2 decimals and put in my answer of V equals 12.62, and I want it in inches cubed. So there's my answer for that one. So I'm going to move on to part B. This says what is the surface area of the cylinder. So I'm going to go back to my formula sheet, and surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi r times h plus 2 pi r squared. So again, I'll type in my formula, and I'll type the formula in. So 2 alt 227 for pi r h plus 2 alt 227 for pi r squared. All right, so there's my formula for surface area. And next I'm going to go to substitute values. So we have that there. So SA for surface area equals 2 times pi. Once again, to find R, we're going to do 1.75 inches divided by 2 times height, which is 5.25 inches, plus 2 alt 227. Okay, 1.75 divided by 2 for R, and then I'm going to square that. Right, so there's my formula for surface area. And I'm going to solve it by plugging all of these things in. So I will go back to the calculator, hit all clear, and type it in just as I see it. So 2 times 3.14 parentheses 1.75 divided by 2, close the parentheses, times 5.25 plus 2 times 3.14 parentheses 1.75 divided by 2 for my radius, close the parentheses, and then do an exponent again. So when I hit enter, I get an answer of 33.656875. And this time it's going to be in inches squared. Asks us for 2 decimals, so I'm going to do SA equals 33.66 inches squared. That one's done. All right, next one. It says, what is the weight of the cylinder? Now, in this case, I'm not given a weight, so I'm going to have to find it with the density formula. So if I go back to my formula sheet and I scroll down to equations, you'll notice that right here, W equals V times dW. So that's the equation that I'm going to use. So formula, okay, W equals V dW. So, and this time I'm going to make that a subscript just so you can see the difference there. And we're ready to substitute. So I substitute, okay, so again I'm finding W equals V. Now I'm going to take V from part A here, okay, which is 12.62 inches cubed. And dW is my density of weight, so that's 0.259 pounds per inches cubed. So I'm going to go 0.259 and multiply those two things together. Sorry about that. So I'm going to solve W equals, and now I'm going to go back to my calculator, and I'm going to go 12.62 times 0.259, and that equals 3.268, and that answer is in pounds. So I'm actually going to round up to 3.27 pounds. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save that as I go along, and so that way I have it. All right, now this next one is conversion factors. Conversion factors aren't something that we have gotten into too much lately. So I will continue this on part 2 of this particular screencast. So stay with me for part 2.